I thought about a pretty awkward subject. Most awkward to me, I'd say. And especially the glim looking lights, or therefore a lack of lights, would be a great subject to talk about women. I fucking cringe, man. I fucking cringe. Like, the second I tell shit like that, it's like, oh, watch out, here comes the womanizer. And the funny thing is, so far, I'm actually happy in a relationship with my PC, I'd say. Yeah. And technically speaking, nothing has changed in that regard. Like a construction site going on, very dark in here. Some dude cutting wood, like 6 p.m. in the evening because of the winter thingy, and it's pitch black. Very quiet in the whole village, except this very one spot where I started somewhat recording. Yeah. So also what I wanted to say is, like, today I had to drive like to the supermarket, and there's a certain mixture of elements that combine together when it's like at a certain degree, when the light is reflecting from the street, and your, wind glasses, the glasses that protect you from, everything basically. And when they reach a certain amount of dirt, and the reflection of the fucking street is right, then you're really blind, man. And I mean it like blind. This is even worse than driving your car in winter, and your whole the whole front or rear window is like totally iced, even worse than that, because to a certain degree the lighting and the dirty windows is like it's not possible to drive like this. And I also realized this in the last vlog. I said like too many times. I gotta reduce that word, otherwise I sound like a dumb bimbo. On the other hand, I don't really care, man. Yeah, so in regards to my female acquaintances in the past, I had like 2 or 3 flirts in my youth. It was like total personality shift, if I think about it. In my youth, like all these hormones in your brain, man. I thought with 20 I felt kind of grown up, but now that I'm like turning almost 30, it's every day is like a new version of you. And I don't mean this like in the generic fucking inspirational speech, but a lot of shit I've done in these 9 years, I'd say, which are not so good, which I kind of avoid from now on. I hate the feeling, the back of my mind, that I'm turning into these ignorant fuckers who can't change their mental attitude if their fucking life depends on it. This is what a lot of, the boomer mindset, it's not just an on and off switch. This is a process that happens over decades. And it's not just from 0 to 100 in a millisecond. Slowly increasing the narrow-mindedness, the ignorance. This is what finally makes you a boomer. And I try to stay the fuck away from that. Yeah, so yeah, we were at the female youth acquaintances. I almost had some things going with some girls. Girth. Sounds like girth. but I kind of refused, you know, to take it all in. This dependence of duality, you know. It doesn't matter if it's female or male. The fact that you have to kind of depend. If I've learned anything, it's about autonomically speaking, to be autonomic, you know. To be on your own, man. When you kind of trip over a stone and your face hits the pavement and you've lost half of your fucking face, it's your own fault, you know. You're the one who caused this kind of tripping. You're the one who's responsible. And this is what I'm getting at, basically. Just, yeah. Oh, a guy driving way fast in corner. Nice. This self-dependence is quite important. And I'd say you can never have enough of this kind of lesson, that you get your shit on your own together. So, yeah, there are a couple of buddies who help you out, and I know, borrow you money, or you help them out moving from one place to another. But if you look at the big picture, it's basically getting your own shit together. And I've kind of, there are a couple of reasons. I got like a skin condition, I got a penis condition, and now I could say these are excuses. I know there are uglier fucks than me, people that are way fatter. This sounds kind of wrong. Yeah, people who are more obese, or I don't know which skin conditions are worse, or people without a dick. So these are excuses for sure. I acknowledge that. But on the other hand, I feel like I got like shitty genetics, man, like really shitty genetics. I got asthma, I got the other conditions, and I've dabbled my mind in psychotics. No, not psychotics, in psychedelics. I can consume human flesh. No, let me rephrase that. I shouldn't consume human flesh. There are certain things to that which would make you die, you know. Don't try to eat brain, man. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, and I've dabbled in psychedelics and other drugs, and it was quite enjoyable. And the whole fucking idea, you know, of a relationship is like, I'm dependent on another person. Doesn't matter gender, like I mentioned before. The construction of this relationship is all the same. Now there are like polyamorphous relationships with other people, but let's just neglect that shit for a while. It's so fucking dark and I kinda got lost, man. I took this route for the very first time. I have no fucking clue where I am. Neither how I could go back. But there's a certain sign. Let's just read it. Okay. Hellmansberg. Solar Park. Yeah, now let's just retrace our steps. And what was I saying? This whole dependence, man, this fucks me up. I actually enjoy being by myself. Sometimes I feel like a certain mental thumb pressing me down, like saying, "You're a fucking loser, man, get a girlfriend." This really hurts, man, you know, this is depressing as fuck. But when I see all the other people with their children, with their relationships, with their struggles, and this is the moment where I kind of get happy, you know. When I'm in a waiting line in a supermarket, you know, like 5 babies crying at different cash registers, and the parents look like they want to off themselves, but they're just too tired to even kill themselves. This is stuff that makes me happy, you know. And my shitty genetics, my shitty genetic pool, like, that I have to transfer, to hand over to another human being, like the next fuck up of me. I'm not the highest IQ dude, so let's suppose my child, I would have a child, neither boy or girl doesn't matter, because would be like a total vegetable. I'm certain of that. And like people say like all kinds of shit like when you become a parent this totally makes you another person. Sounds scary as fuck, man. Like seriously, man. Imagine somebody told you if you smoke this cigarette you turn into another person. Would you This would be a good advertisement, you know, against smoking. You turn into another person. Not in a good kind of way. Something like that. Yeah. And kids, big minus genetics. I mentioned that. General, generally speaking, what the fuck is up with my tongue, man? Like I got lidocaine on my tongue or something like that. Yeah. Then there are like girls which I've talked to. Like same goes for men. Like 99.9% of them are just utter garbage, man. Like, I know I'm garbage, but I acknowledge the fact. I exist, I continue existing while this train of thought or this single thought is continuing. Like, oh yeah, I'm kind of hungry, but I'm still human trash. And I don't mean this in like in a way to put myself down. This is just a fact that everyone is kind of garbage if you look at it directly. Like everyone is shitty, everyone betrays and steals, and even the people who say they don't, you know, they're just as bad. And yeah, and then when I talk like with girls, it's like always very shallow shit. Like, yeah, you need to get a job, and you need to provide for your family, and I want equal rights, but I also want that you work and I raise our children, which I will have 20 of, while I betray you and stab you in the back. This is the theory so far. Practically speaking, uh, I I don't know, man. It's just real hard. I mean, it's one thing to talk with people about interests, let's say music, or I don't know, films, but it's a totally another thing. Like when you try to get to know a girl, and it's like my genetic pool, you know, the the alpha male inside of me. Oh fuck, man, I cringe so hard even speaking this shit out. Yes, trying to be like, yeah, look at my muscles, baby. I'm gonna try to fuck you tonight. But this is, yeah, this is what I was getting at like 10 minutes ago. Like, I had a really strong urge in my youth, in my teen years, you know, like I was the class clown, and I grabbed a lot of girls' asses, which could have ended like really bad. Like, I don't know, boyfriends showing up and like kick punching me to death. But lucky it didn't happen. Holy fuck. Do you hear this? The car alarm. Fuck, man. Car alarm produces like high siren pitch, like killing my ears. It's like 17 kilohertz tone. Very unpleasant. Should this like prevent youthful delinquents from stealing? Yeah, and I don't know, I'd say when I was 16 or 17, like my hormones, my testosterone went like down, not just because of fapping. I'd also say like certain aspects of your brain had like a head start. And I'd say with 16, 17, I still did a lot of other, juristically speaking, dumb shit. Yeah, it's like take the sideway. How late is it, by the way? Oh fuck, I can't look at the... Oh, okay. We're actually way over our time, but fuck that. I feel like talking, so let's use this momentum. Yeah, I'd say with 16 or 17, my rational thinking apparatus got like the head start. I recognized certain patterns when I was like 12 or so, like a lot of girls breaking up with boys, boys breaking up with girls. Most of the time it's girls breaking up with boys because like they have the upper hand. That's a fact. And I thought like I also know like a couple, they fell in love when they were teenagers. Like when they, I don't know, were in first, second or third class. They fell in love and got married and had children. And they're both successful and whatnot. And yeah, sure, these cases happen, but this is like 1 in a million. And the other thing is like so much fucking tons of chemicals poured onto your fucking poor brain, and you should make rational decisions on one hand. On the other hand, you try to maintain a relationship. And in general, I think like a lot of teenagers have like a duration of like 1 to 3 or 4 weeks speaking of in a relationship. Then they kind of betray each other, or they don't love each other anymore. There was like this postal box right now, and I thought it was like a piece of chocolate. It looked very funny. And yeah, so I knew with 12, when I was 12 years old, like these relationships don't last. In the best case, the best case scenario, you kind of leave heartbroken. This is like the best scenarios. The worst cases, I don't know, I'd say rape, lawsuit, and taking the children in custody, and I don't know, paying for divorce and lawyers and shit, and like, I don't know, I've just experienced a lot of horrid shit from other guys telling me, and there are like people out there, they just try to fuck at every fucking cost. Like, we are at a point, whoa, this is really fucking dark. We are at a point where like, this is like the normal case. Fuck man, which end of the town am I? This is awesome, man. Like seriously, I've never got so fucking lost. Kinda walking on the outer edges. There was another cool word, but I can't remember it right now. Yeah, the outer edges of the small village. Yeah. So we are at this level where like guys talk to a girl and the girl says like, how about you crouch on all fours like a dog for 3 days, and then you might get a kiss out of me. And guys actually do it, you know, like, dude, I'ma show you, you know, I get laid in the next year. And yeah, then they do it, and it's like all your self-respect bundled in this small segment, you know, of what was happening, and you just threw it away. And I'd say everyone has to do their part in order to create equal relationships, which means might be the incel, volcel dude talking inside of me. I don't care. Yeah, you have to do your part as a guy, and like, if we wanna. Why is there a pavement? This is really weird, man. Oh, I see. This connects this road with the other one. Okay, so to get shit in equal level, it's actually a quite nice place, man. Got like street sign. You can't see it, but there's like a high voltage transformator, stars, moon, field. That's actually quite a nice spot, man. If this house would be mine, this would be even more perfect. Okay, but I'm getting there, man. A little bit of crypto trading, a little bit of illegal organ selling, a little bit of child and human trafficking, and I got myself a home, you know. And 30 years later, the police comes over, knocks at my door, then I'm fucked forever. This is what would happen. Yeah. I'd say you have to get a certain ground by maintaining, by abstaining from any relationship. Like, I don't know, man. I'd be interested in sex, but not under these conditions. It's like I'd also be interested in heroin, but not under these conditions. And if both become available and accessible for me without a big hurdle or trouble, I'd say I go for it. But until then, I'd rather die a fucking virgin, man. No. And it's like that's what I heard so far. If you stick your penis in your vagina, it's like a moist and a warm meat hole, and that's all that there is to it. So why bother trying to find out what it really is? Yeah. And, I don't know, man. I just can't talk with these kind of people. Only people I kind of can relate or connect to are like people who are interested in music, film, or stuff like that. Films, plural, and was one other thing, something very important. Well, yeah, there's always this. A guy asks a girl out, and the girl doesn't say no. She just says, "Yeah, nah, sorry, I have a boyfriend." And that's why I kind of label every girl as has a boyfriend. And if ever there was like one instance where I was writing my book, which I mentioned so far in every fucking vlog. This is really a pain in the ass. And I was writing a book, certain pages, pages, and in a disco, very loud, old school hip hop tunes playing, but on an ear-rape level. The DJ must have been deaf. The song collection, the song choices were good, but you kind of could hear how he turned up the volume to a degree that even the monitor speakers started to clip, which means a lot if you're in a disco. Or they had some damage before that. Maybe some drunk dude vomited into a box in a loudspeaker, and that is how they might have gotten destroyed. Yeah. And like one girl talking to me. The problem is you have to choose between various pickup lines. This is like, and you can't just say, "I'd prefer to have intercourse with you." This would be rude and unacceptable. And everything between that, this is bullshit. This is bullshit area. So I stay away from the bullshit area. As soon as this bullshit area leaves, I might give it another shot. Till then, I hang in there. Yeah, and like my teenage relations, well, they were like, yeah. I basically told you everything. I had like, for a couple of days, 3 or 4 girls I had a little bit something with. But yeah, this is like in a stage where I don't even really know interests, what your hobbies are, what you're interested in. But anyway, this is like a very straining topic, and so far I'm quite happy with everything. Like I can do my own shit. This is awesome, man. And what else is there to say? Yeah, a lot of other friends I've seen like chasing their pussy. This is like totally ridiculous, man. Like the efforts these people put in just to get a one shot, to free that nut of your ball sack. It's not worth it, I'd say. It's never ever worth it. And yeah, this is that so far. Um, Today I had like online class in Zoom once again, 2.5 hours. Took me 4 hours. Take a shower, get dressed, fixing something in my car, and buying something from the grocery store. Talking 1 hour with the old guy once again. I tried like 5 minutes, turned out into 1 hour, and I might even enjoy a cigar today. And yeah, I got like a couple of cool notes, and I have to sit in there, man. Like, December will be hardcore as fuck. Moving shit from one place to another, writing a lot of shit, and the shit that I've written should be somewhat be readable. And yeah, I just want to make it through this whole stuff. Like, I'm going, passing like a flat. Oh man, this is another dead end. Yeah, it's another dead end. Wow, awesome, great. I have to turn around this whole fucking village. As I'd say, one main street and 50 or 100 dead ends. The rest is all land. And I have to go back, go to the main street. So we'll hear a lot of white noise. Yeah. So this house where I'm stalking these people, fully out of glass. Like, seriously, you can see everything. Everything. No fucking privacy. Yeah. Oh, now I remember. I had like this conversation with NordVPN chat support, and I got another. Sorry, Uwu, we can't do anything. We're doing these updates right now. Since a fucking year. Since a fucking year, man. What kind of update takes a fucking year? I wonder what they consider an update. I'd say it's like, so far I have like no house for myself. I don't own any property or house or land, and I'd say this is what you would describe in NordVPN terms as an update, requiring a house, which might take decades, if I might even make it so far. But I kind of plan to do that shit, even though if I might take a lot of debt and loans. But the good thing in Germany right here is like they prevent you from taking loans. On one hand, they want you to take a loan. On the other hand, they say like, yeah, nah, sorry, you have to earn like 10 grand a month and have to have a steady job for the last 10 years and for the next 30 years. And you have to show us this, give your blood works and stuff like that. Otherwise, we won't give you shit. And then you just don't reply, you know? You don't reply to these shitty, what is it, specs they're giving to you. So you don't reply, and then they write, hey man, what happened? I thought we thought you wanted to take out a loan. What happened to that, yo? Bro, we want to loan you. We want to give you that money. But you have to fill in the papers and do the shit, you know? Hey bro, why aren't you writing back, man? What's up with that? Hey, S.A. Holmes. Seriously, if you're at that point, earning this much money, why would you start taking a loan? Have they not considered this business model? I know a lot of people don't pay back, and this is like the assurance. But you know what's the biggest assurance that you get your money back? You don't lend it to anybody, ever. And then you don't need verification. And all the shit between falls away. I've also watched like a couple coins, altcoins. Is it the proper name to say, the proper wording? Well, cryptocurrencies basically, like very big rise and fall, and it really hurts me, man. Like 1.5 months ago, Bitcoin was at 9,000 or 8,800, and I swear, I promised before, like If it ever drops, I'll invest in it. It drops. I didn't fucking invest. I invested in it short time. But I'd say you can make big fucking cash if you invest a lot of money once a year when the chart is down, and yeah, then you wait a couple of months, and when it's up, you sell. You just sell, man. It's that fucking easy. You don't even have to watch it every day. You have to watch it, I don't know, once a week or once a month. And that is it. This is all there is to it. But I think this is, as usual, you get paid in experience, you know. A lot of time you get paid more in experience. This is also currency, but experience doesn't pay my rent, man. That's the thing. Yeah, I also feel kind of castrated. I was thinking about like, oh yeah, it would be nice to make another track, starting another song or something, like the good old days, you know. Then I remember, oh shit, I have to sit this one out. I have to sit this one out badly. You know, I kind of lost the ability to record properly in, I'd say, March, April.